Have you woken up with a long to-do list of things you're supposed to achieve in a day? But at the end of the day, you feel so overwhelmed that it's either too much or it feels too much for you to achieve. The challenge here is that you are not just unclear. The big difference is that you have not itemized what you're supposed to achieve for the day. Today, we are going to have a conversation about something that affects every single one if you don't know about it. The feeling where everything feels heavy, everything feels urgent, and your brain refuses to achieve a lot of things because you feel overwhelmed. I want to challenge you today because most of the time it is not too much on your plate. It's not because you have a lot for you to achieve. It is because you don't know where to start. And that is what we call clarity problem, and not you are not able to achieve it. So that is what we are going to have a conversation around today.
Absolutely, absolutely. The word overwhelm, you know how some people stay and say, oh, I feel so overwhelmed. It just happens because most times, like Riley said, we're just unclear about a lot of things. And that brings us to the first point today, as we discuss how to, take away overwhelm and get the work done. The first point we need to look at is lack of clarity. So lack of clarity creates stress, and then stress in turn makes for the overwhelm, right? Most times we know what we want to achieve at the end of the day, but a clear path in trying to achieve it is usually the issue. And for us, in this conversation today, the first thing we want to make you understand or help you try to do is to start with the lowest hanging fruit. So I'll give you an example. So let's imagine, I mean, you are a professional. So let's call you Mr. Tunde. Let's say you're Mr. Tunde. Okay. You're doing very well in life, right? You have a demanding job, you have a family to take care of, and you have your personal projects too that you want to achieve. Let's say you work in a company, but you know that you really do not want to work there all your life, right? And you have also several other financial commitments. Again, you have a family, and these days to run, a family and business and everything in total can demand a lot from you, right? Now, every day you wake up with a lot of things. So this is a Tuesday morning, for instance, right? And you have a lot on your mind, right? You need to return an important call. You need to check your mail. You need to send a proposal. And, explaining these things and describing it, I can just imagine myself at times, right?
Exactly.
And then 45 minutes into your day, you're just jumping from one task to another. At the end of the day, you feel like you've not achieved a lot. You have checked your mail in the morning. You have opened WhatsApp. Of course, a notification enters, and then you click it. Then the call that just came in, then could also came to your table and say, "Oh, we need to do this. We need to do that." And at the end of the day, you're exhausted. It's just from one distraction to another, and before you know it, 1 hour is passed and nothing meaningful is achieved. Now, at this point, Mr. Tunde begins to feel overwhelmed. That's where that overwhelmed, feeling can now come in. Now, what's the solution to this? Start with the lowest hanging fruit. I know that sometimes when you think about all the things you want to achieve at the same time, it kind of bothers you and make you wonder and worry, how can you achieve these things, right? So the plan or the solution is to pick one task and complete part-time. So if it's the call, that is the lowest hanging fruit, take the call, complete it. If it's the to pay a bill or to do something, send a proposal, take that task and finish it. Now here's the thing, once a task is completed, you create momentum. And the way our brain functions, the brain needs evidence to progress. If our brain doesn't have evidence that we're moving, it creates stress, and that's what we now call being overwhelmed.
Wow. Okay, Hope you're finding value in this video. If you are, kindly let us know in the comment section. And if you have questions on how you can navigate if you're in this challenge, you also ask us. So the next one I'm going to talk about is undefined priorities. Apart from you starting from the low-hanging fruits, you have to define
your
what
priorities as well.
the priorities on your decks. Right? When everything is a priority, like you mentioned, you'll be everywhere and you'll be tired at the end of the day. And I personally think that sometimes people don't even know what the problem is. They don't even know that is the situation. You are always going out energetic in the morning, but in the evening you are stressed, tired, fagged out. But you can't even say this is what I achieved in the day. Okay, so mental noise is a constant background hum of I should be doing this part time, right? Personally, what helps me every single time is to outline what I'm supposed to do per day. Okay, if I haven't done that, I know. If I have done that, I tick it out. I have done this. And what it does for me is that it gives me the ability, the strength that, oh, I have achieved this, I've achieved this, I've achieved this. That means the rest, I'm going to achieve it. There's that superpower you have, and your brain saying, tick, you are doing a great job for the day, right? It goes a long way to help you in making further decisions for yourself. Here's another relatable thing you can do as maybe a business person. You have to stay, before you sleep for the night, think of things you want to achieve.
Absolutely.
Yes, write them down. I want to do this. I want to make this call. I want to finish this task. Write them down. Others can still come in along the way, but those ones you've listed out helps you gain clarity of what you're supposed to achieve the next day.
Yes.
Right? And it helps that your mind is focused on something meaningful. If you're a business person or a salary earner, what is it that helps you achieve much? What is it that you achieve for the day and you are happy? It helps you move closer to your goal. All right. Note those things. Make sure you work towards it.
Absolutely.
Small. Like it helps you, right? It helps you know that, oh, I'm still building myself as much as I am working in a place or working in a company. The moment you write all those things down and follow through it in the night before or in the early morning, whatever suits you, your brain starts to work. Your brain moves you in that direction. Rather than your brain being everywhere, you want to achieve this. And at the end of the day, stress. And that's why the brain shuts down and don't achieve anything. Right? So ask yourself now, what are the top 3 priorities for your week? What are some things that if you achieve at the end of Saturday, you are super excited? Do you want to lose, for example, 1 kg? Do you want to ensure that you eat healthy? Do you want to ensure that you must at least have eaten 2 meals that has vegetable in it? Do you want to ensure that you've read 1 page of a book regarding your profession, right? If you can answer those things, just 3, start with it. And if you can't answer that in 30 seconds, that is where the problem is. That's why you feel you have a lot of work on your decks and you're not achieving anything.
Absolutely. And just following up on that is our point number 3, which is simplicity creates momentum. Simplicity creates momentum. And that's exactly what she has just described right now. And you know how our brain, because of the magnitude of the task we want to achieve, the brain now starts feeling like, oh, the road to the task has to be 7 mountains and 7 hills and 7 valleys and 7 rivers. You know, that's the way, it comes off in our brain. But you don't really need like all those perfect plans. You don't need to see the whole road from the beginning to the end. You don't need a color-coded schedule. You know how some people do, they'll just do all those their paper sticker everywhere. If you now look at it, it looks like a battlefield,
I have to achieve all that.
Do you understand? At the end of the day, the goal is to just get the job done. And a simple plan you can actually follow steady, regularly. It beats a complex plan that you keep tweaking and changing all the time. You keep changing it all the time because your brain is beginning to go towards the perfection loop. right? That's where it's going to. You want the whole thing to be perfect. Like, okay, I mean, nothing should skip that can go wrong.
Exactly.
Nothing should skip your mind that can go wrong. I mean, why not just sleep in the house all day? Because I mean, you can literally step out from your house and something will just go wrong, right? So life is not designed like that. And the point here is keep it simple. Simple as possible. The point here is create a simple plan that you can follow regularly. See, most times it's not the plan that is the problem, it's the discipline to follow it regularly. It's boring, right? To do these things regularly, as little and as minute as they are, but just do it regularly like that. And at that point, you start realizing that, you start creating momentum. And momentum, like I said, is what the brain likes to see as progress. Okay, I've moved from point 1 to point 2. I mean, you don't have to jump to point 25. Just 1 to 2 to 3, like that. And before you know it, what they call it, overwhelm and stress will reduce and momentum will increase.
The fourth point is people avoiding difficult situation. So I'll talk this in the line of, for example, whatever you are doing, business you are doing, or what you're trying to achieve as a content creator, you want something. What are the difficult parts of that job? What are the difficult things you always have to do daily or weekly that helps you achieve that goal?
Exactly.
A clear example, when it comes to me, I'll say that the difficult thing I would always do is to stay on the camera. All right, I have to shoot content as many as possible. I have to constantly do it. Is it easy to do that? No. Sometimes you look at the camera and your face, you don't like it. You feel like, my eyes are swollen. There's always something that makes you feel like this is difficult.
Yes.
And the normal thing a human being would do is to avoid it.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, that is where the power is. That is where everything makes sense. It's like the engine room of every other thing. So if I constantly avoid being on camera, what happens is that I wouldn't believe myself in the next few days, and eventually I decide that let me go and look for something else to do. It's like, this is not for me. All right, so do the difficult things as difficult it can be. So how do I do that? I do that, for example, a clear example that can help you also is to do that difficult thing constantly over a period of time.
Absolutely.
Even when you don't feel like it, even when you don't look like it, do it. All right. Sometimes when you do it, it now gives you the leverage. Oh, I can do it. It's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Oh, I can do it. All right. Listen to yourself, watch yourself. Even when it doesn't look like it, constantly do it. And that is one way you can get on avoiding difficult things, because those difficult things are the things that helps you navigate that goal you are seeking to do. Right. So this is a conversation we are having. And of course, this helps you to achieve anything or the goal you set out to do. The hardest decisions don't get easier with time. They just get heavier. You have to decide, even as imperfect moves forward, indecision keeps you stuck. So not deciding, that is indecision, to do something keeps you at a place.
Yes.
All right. So what decision have you been avoiding? Sit down today, have that conversation with yourself.
Yes.
And you can also navigate it one time after another.
That's very, very profound. And then and that leads us to another point, the point of having a clear direction. Clear direction usually reduces your anxiety. You want to travel from here to, say, Lagos, for instance. This is Abuja. So you're going from Abuja to Lagos, for instance. And just imagine that you have to sit down and see, maybe you meditate and see the whole road from here to Lagos before you start. Right? I mean, even if it's by air or by road, however you're going, it doesn't really work like that, right? And one of the best analogies I've heard is driving at night. So if you drive, you know that if you drive at night, you barely see between 20 to 50 meters per time with your headlamp.
Yeah.
I mean, even if your headlamp sees through the soul of the body of the rock, like it's just 20 to 50 meters you can see per time. That's the point. And then you want to go home. All you need to do, say you are at an event and you want to go home and it's 9 p.m., right? It's dark, obviously.
Exactly.
All you really need to do is set a clear direction in your mind. So this is where I'm going to. I'm going home. And you know that, okay, from where you are to where you're going to, you know, even if you don't know it, you can just put it on Google Map. And then it gives you a sense of direction, clear direction. And for every 20 meters you move, another 20 meters unfolds.
Exactly.
For every 20 meters you move, another 20 meters unfold. Yeah. And before you know it, you've actually gotten to where you're going to. Now, imagine that you have to sit down and see to the end. I'm not going anywhere. And that's how we treat some of our tasks and our life goals. We want to see the whole thing from beginning to end. We want to ensure that we have ticked all the boxes. We've seen all the milestones. We've imagined all the potholes along the way. Figured out a way to avoid it from the beginning before you get there. Unknown to you, there's a new pothole there, and by the time the new pothole will come, you're still there. The point is, if you have to move from point A to point B, all you really, really need is a clear direction. Once you have a clear mental or physical direction, either a Google map in the case of that driving at night, or you know the road in your head from here to where you're going to. That's all you need. So as you move, for every 20 meters you move, a new 20 meters unfolds. And that is how you can literally achieve anything you want to achieve. So clarity comes before taking the next step. Even if it's partial light, even if it's such light you're using, it's okay. But just be clear about where you are heading to.
Wow, as we round up this live section, here's what I personally want to share with you. Motivation won't fix your confusion. I know sometimes you see people who are actively motivated, they're always excited about life, but the challenge with that excitement is that they don't have any direction.
Yeah.
That's why they are everywhere. So if you want the person to come and help you with DJ work, they will do it. If they want them to come and make noise in your event, they will. There's no direction about where they want to head to. So clarity is one of the things we talked about here. Clarity fixes a lot of the issues pertaining your life's goal. So it fixes more problem than motivation will ever will. When you are clear on things to achieve, whether you wake up motivated or not, you are set on what you have to do.
Yes.
So even if you say, oh, let me rest, after resting, you stand up, you know what next to do. So clarity tells you what to do first, and clarity helps you quieten the noise. Everybody wants to do everything now. Sometimes I come and tell you, oh, real estate is the new thing. Come and do real estate. Another person tells you, no. Come and learn how to do investment, trade investment. Another person tells you, if you do something else, you get quick money. So it feels like, which one should I do? So the problem is not every other thing everybody is saying. The problem is that you have to choose one, stay disciplined at it, and constantly improve yourself. And that is what changes the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, clarity turns a paralyzed person literally into a moving one, right? You are not just overwhelmed, you are just unclear. And that is what we try to solve in this video, in this live section. So get clarity. If you have to sit down 2 hours, 3 hours to get clear on what you want to achieve, that is the first step, and every other thing will fall into place.
Totally. Now, before we wrap up, first thing, let me know if you like this. If you are getting value, kindly just put a thumbs up on the video, or drop a comment in the comment section. Let us know which point exactly stands out for you right here. And of course, remember to share this with other people too that need this type of conversations right now. Now, before we leave, here's one thing I will need you to do. We want you to do. Now, in the next, say, 5 minutes, and yes, we're very, very serious about it. Sit down for 5 minutes right now and think about it. That goal you want to achieve, that place you want to be, say, in the next 1 month, 2 months, or 1 year. What is that one thing? Not 2 or 3 or 4 things. Exactly. That one thing that if you do today, you start doing today, it will move you a step, even if it's half an inch, towards achieving that goal you want to achieve. What is that one thing? I mean, if you'd like to share it with us, you can just leave it in the comments or in the description, in the comments of this video. I would like to go through it myself and look at it. But if you don't want to share it, it's fine. Just think about it for yourself, write it out somewhere. This is the one thing I'm going to do today. I'm going to start doing today, not tomorrow, not next week, today, right? To move towards achieving my, my goals today, right?
Yeah.
And that will be that for us today. For everyone else that is watching, between a scale of 1 to 10, how clear are you about what you want to achieve? I think that's even where to start from.
Okay.
We need to first get clarity on what you want to achieve. How clear are you on what you want to achieve in the next, say, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, whatever it is? Like, how clear? In a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not clear at all, 10 being crystal super clear, right? 5 being on the fence. Right? Let us know in the comments. So do a 1, 2, 3 to 10, whichever point you are right now. Thank you so much for being here till now. If you like this type of content, you can always, subscribe to these channels and this video, so you can see more of this type of videos. Or if you have any other area you would like us to discuss or talk about, you can just leave it with us till we come your way again. Enjoy a fantastic day.
Bye.